Because I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter.
I'm Floyd Mayweather. With all the tools that Terence Crawford has, I will pick Terence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman explains why a showdown between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would be a fight worth watching. He calls Crawford the best undisputed fighter in today's era while recognizing Floyd's dominance at his peak. Kellerman highlights how Mayweather's defense made him nearly impossible to beat in his time. At the same time, Crawford's all-around skills have put him at the very top of the sport, making him capable of testing even someone like Floyd. For Kellerman, this clash represents the best of two generations, a matchup between elite defense and versatile offense that fans would always remember.
His best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
I don't. Because Terence Crawford got more to bring. He got more to bring to the table.
He's a great fighter.
Floyd Mayweather got the little shoulder roll. I get it. Controls distance. But Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that. In the Sam Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
Sean Porter looks back on the endless debates comparing Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, noting that these arguments often take away from their individual greatness. He says most people automatically side with Floyd in fantasy matchups because of his legendary undefeated career. Still, Porter believes this reaction overlooks Crawford's credit. He makes it clear that Floyd was the original standard of dominance and deserves his OG status. But he also respects Crawford's rise and reminds fans that both fighters belong to different timelines, each defining greatness in their own era.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes. He's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ and
But
that
the
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody got
somewhere.
to pioneer it, right? Yeah, you got to.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere.
yeah,
And I just believe Floyd is that
is the
OG
one.
you can't out-figure out.
Crawford has also spoken about these constant comparisons with a straightforward but strong response. He openly says that Mayweather was the greatest of his time, a fighter who built historic dominance and changed boxing. At the same time, Crawford insists that this is his era now, and he is the one pushing the sport standard today. His words show both respect for Floyd and confidence in himself, stressing that greatness is not about fantasy outcomes but about recognizing the best of each generation. This mindset proves why Crawford is respected as both a champion and a thinker in the sport.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. We ain't going up that much.
Now,
Crawford has been clear that fighting Floyd Mayweather is not something he wants. Even though fans may dream of that matchup, Crawford himself rejects the idea, saying he has no desire to chase or beat Floyd. His focus is finishing his career on his own path. This attitude shows maturity, as he doesn't want to build his legacy by targeting a retired legend. Instead, Crawford's approach is about securing his own history in boxing and leaving the sport with dignity after achieving his personal goal.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beat Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
Crawford points out that Canelo Alvarez's opinion carries value because Canelo has shared the ring with both Mayweather and him. When Canelo says Crawford is the better fighter, it means something, as he has faced both men firsthand. Even so, Crawford stays humble, saying Floyd was the best of his era and now it is his time to be viewed as the greatest of today. This mix of Canelo's perspective and Crawford's humility shows that while opinions matter, the respect between fighters across generations is just as important in defining greatness.
You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era. And I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
One thing that I thought was really interesting about the fight, I always love watching you switch stances as effortlessly as you do. You didn't do that a lot in this fight. You didn't have to. Were you expecting not to have to?
No, I felt like I could have, but, you know, why do something when something else is working?
Crawford strengthens his respect for Mayweather by calling him a legend and stressing that comparisons are unnecessary. He says Floyd's time is already written in history as a period of dominance. Meanwhile, his own era is about building a legacy that doesn't rely on forcing a rivalry. Crawford presents the debate in a way that honors both men, shutting down pointless arguments while lifting the sport by celebrating different forms of greatness rather than insisting on only one answer.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. Nope.
No friends in this business for you?
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
I beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Chris Algieri also shared his thoughts on the debate, pointing out how complicated it is to compare Mayweather and Crawford. He explains that these conversations often go in circles because too many factors are different, like opponents, eras, and situations. Algieri suggests that instead of trying to crown one fighter as the ultimate best, fans should accept that both are extraordinary in their own ways. His comments bring perspective, reminding people that the obsession with ranking them often takes away from appreciating the greatness of both.
And no, the discussion about, because Canelo was asked this question, who's better, Floyd or Crawford, and he immediately went to Crawford. Now, is that recency bias? Is that him protecting his own performance? Is that a veiled shot at Floyd? Probably all of the above. Is it really true? I don't know. And I think Crawford had a great answer. He goes, well, we're different eras. Floyd was, the best of his era. I'm the best of mine, which is a very diplomatic way to go about it. But listen, comparing the two is going to be an endless barbershop conversation that's going to go back and forth over literally the annals of time. I don't think we're ever going to be able to have a distinct argument where you're going to say, this is it. I actually want to do a video where I argue both sides with the same veracity and veracity, because it's that, because there is that much. There is that much about it, and you can, which is an awesome thing, because this is going to be the barbershop. Like, yeah, well, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis. Well, he knocked out Joe Louis. Yeah, but he's 170. Like, we're gonna. That's the conversation
127 years old.
In real time, with guys that we've all seen, literally overlapping errors. So those discussions will always be there. It's great fodder. It's great barbershop debate. In the debate, it's debate.
Yeah,
It's going to be
I agree.
subjective.
I agree.
I think objectively, I don't think there's a way to really separate.
Yeah, I agree. And I prefer, as I was thinking about it, like, wow, I can't believe I've watched the Floyd era, the Crawford era, the Usyk era. It's like I've gotten to see some really great fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in the '90s when boxing was everybody was going head to head, there wasn't a guy that stood out like Floyd, Crawford, and Usyk, where it was super dominant.
Robert Garcia praised Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez, saying Crawford did exactly what he expected. Garcia highlighted Crawford's power, sharp skills, and composure in the fight, showing that his victory was the result of hard work and talent. By beating Canelo, Crawford proved he could dominate even the biggest names, strengthening his case as one of boxing's all-time greats. Garcia's praise shows that experienced trainers and analysts also recognize the level of Crawford's achievements.
You gave Crawford a really good chance. Of course. Did you see on Saturday night exactly why you gave him that chance?
I think so. You know, he's very talented. He's a very disciplined fighter also. He's healthy. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he hasn't fought or he didn't look too good against Madrimov at 154. How can he look good? He's a talented fighter. And that challenge for him pushed him even harder to train harder and to be better. That challenge, you know, went up against Canelo, moving up 2 divisions, hearing that people are saying, oh, he didn't look too good against Madrimov, so how could he look good at 68? Well, that motivated more, man. He trained hard. He did what he had to do. You know, like I always said, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it because it's also very dangerous, right? Canelo's a beast, strong. So I never really, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it, but I did give him a chance. He's got talent, man. He's got skills, and what he did was unbelievable, man. You know, we were, there was another show that we do with Boxing Scene, and we had it right before the fight, at 4 o'clock, before the main card started. And they asked me, what's your final prediction? I said, you know what? I'm going to say it, Crawford by decision. You know, because I talked to Bomac on Thursday night. They're in Vegas. And he seemed very positive, motivated. So that kind of gave me a little, you know what? My final prediction is Crawford by decision. And he pulled it off.
Teddy Atlas broke down Crawford's win in detail, crediting his calmness and vision inside the ring. He pointed out how Crawford's jab was sharp and effective, proving his tactical brilliance. Atlas also compared Canelo's fights with both Floyd and Crawford, reminding fans that Canelo was younger and less experienced when he faced Mayweather. By the time he fought Crawford, he was seasoned, yet still outclassed. Atlas also noted the age difference, with Floyd being 40 when he fought Canelo, while Crawford was nearly 38 when he beat him. This breakdown shows why Crawford's win stands out as such a big achievement.